Hi, welcome to Z Gadget Review. 2021 TVs are just around the corner, and Samsung today finally released their pre-order prices for their upcoming Samsung Neo QLED 4K TVs and 8K TVs. Whoa. The Neo QLED TVs, if you don't remember, is the mini LED technology that Samsung announced at CES at the beginning of the year. For a video on that, you can go here or in the description section. So we finally have a release date and price. Let's get started with the 4K lineup of the Neo QLEDs. This is going to be the Q90A. It's going to be the flagship when it comes to 4K mini LED TVs. So let's look at some of the features that these TVs are going to be shipping with. So quantum matrix technology, Samsung Neo quantum processor 4K, quantum HDR 32x or 32 times, object tracking sound plus. Our most powerful 4K experience ever. There you have the TV. Let's see, very intense picture power by tiny hyperfocus light cells. That will be mini LEDs. Alright, so these TVs look like they're going to be going out on March 6th for the 55, 75, and 85 inch sizes, but for some reason the 65 inch is going to come out on March 13th. Let's go over the prices. So the 55 inch is going to be $1,800, so $1,799.99. I like rounding up numbers, but I will give you the full listed price as well. Then we have a 65 inch at $2,599.99 or $2,600. And then we have the 75 inch at $3,499.99, so $3,500. And finally, we have the big boy, 85 inches for $4,999.99, so about $5,000. Of course, that's not counting any taxes that will be applied to that price. So keep that in mind when you are going to make your purchase. Up next, let's look at that QN85A, which is the step down on the Neo QLED 4K lineup. So what is the difference between the QN85A and the QN90A? Well, there isn't huge differences. The biggest difference that I see here is a quantum HDR. So you will get quantum HDR 24x versus quantum HDR 32x. And the other thing that changes is the object tracking sound. So on the QN85A, you get just plain object tracking sound versus the QN90A gives you object tracking sound plus. Difference is the QN90A will actually follow what's happening in the picture to give you the best sound. The QN85A won't be doing that. Now let's look at the prices and release date for the QN85A. So the release date for the QN85A is a little different than the QN90A. For the 55 inch and the 65 inch, you can get the TV by March 20th. For the 75 inch, you can get that by February 27th. And for the 85 inch, you can get it by March 6th. Now the prices are as follows. 55 inch on the QN85A is going to be $1,599.99 or $1,600. 65 inches is going to be $2,199.99, $2,200. 75 inches is going to be $2999.99, $3,000, and the 85 inch is going to be $4499.99 or $4,500. So there doesn't seem to be a big change in price when it comes to the QN90A and the QN85A on the 55 inch size. So there's a $200 difference between $1799 for the 90 and $1599 for the 85. Then you have on the 65 inch for the 90 is going to be $25.99, and for the 85 is $21.99, so it's a $400 difference. Then for the 75 inch on the 90, you have $34.99 versus $29.99, so $500 as well. And then for the biggest size, the 85 inch, we have $49.99 on the 90, $44.99 on the 85, $500 difference as well. So the 4K TVs are going to also include HDMI 2.1 and support for HDR10, HLG, HDR10 Plus, and HDR10 Plus Adaptive. It seems like Samsung is still going to stay out of the Dolby Vision game. Next, let's take a look at that 8K Neo QLED Samsung. Whoa. The Neo QLED 8K version of this TV, the top of the line is going to be QN90A. And the step down is going to be the QN800A. Now let's look at the QN900A first. It's going to be a bezel-less TV. They're calling it an infinity screen. These are some of the images of the TV. Here you can see how thin the TV is, and that's what mini LEDs are able to do, is give you a very thin profile for the TV. Not as thin as OLED, but thinner than other LED TVs. It's going to ship with the One Connect box. If you're not familiar with the One Connect box, it looks like this. It's literally what it is. It's a box that has all the connections for the TV. You have the option of attaching this to the stand in the back of the TV, or place it at the bottom of the TV in your entertainment center. It's going to use the Samsung Neo Quantum Processor 8K. Another difference between the 8K and the 4K TVs is going to be the Object Tracking Sound Pro, OTS Pro, which the top of the line 4K TV only has the Plus. This is Pro, which is supposed to give you better sound, better tracking sound on your screen. How good is that? I guess we'll have to wait until the TVs are out in the market to get an idea. Once again, the 8K TV is only going to support HDR10, HDR10 Plus, HLG, HDR10 Plus Adaptive. No Dolby Vision on the 8K models either. Now remember that there isn't 8K content out there, or if there is, it's very minimal and you have to look for it, like on YouTube and things like that. And even then, I wouldn't say that that will be the best 8K content out there. So keep in mind that if you have an 8K TV, everything you are going to watch is going to be upscale. And here they have their marketing talk for the upscaling of 4K content. Turn what you love into 8K. 8K AI upscaling. Transform your favorite movies, videos, and more into outstanding 8K with leading-edge technology that combines deep learning algorithms with the Samsung Neo Quantum Processor 8K. We'll wait to see on that, Samsung. All right, the release date for the 8K top of the line, so the new QN900A TV, it's going to be March 13th, and the prices are as follows. So we have the 65-inch for $49.99, so $5,000. We have the 75-inch for $69.99, so $7,000. Then we have the 85-inch for $89.99, so $9,000. Now let's look at the QN800A and see what is it that you are missing out on when it comes to this step down. So you will have that One Connect box for this TV as well. And here you're going to have the Object Tracking Sound Plus instead of the Object Tracking Sound Pro. For this TV, you're going to have that Quantum HDR 32X, just like the top of the line 4K TV. This isn't a bezel-less screen like the top of the line 8K version of this TV is. And let's look at the release dates and prices. So we have the release date for all three sizes, a 65-inch, 75-inch, and 85-inch of the 8K TV as well, on March 13th. Prices are going to be, for the 65-inch is going to be $34.99.99, the 75-inch is going to be $47.99.99, and the 85-inch is going to be $64.99.99. So the price difference between the QN900A and the QN800A is bigger than on the 4K line. So you can get the 65-inch for $5,000 on the QN900A top of the line versus the QN800A, which you can get for $3,500. So there's a $1,500 difference between the top of the line and the step down on the 8K version. The price differences get bigger after that. Difference in price between the 75-inch Q900A and the Q800A, and that's $5,000 versus $7,000, so that's a $2,000 difference. And then we have the 85-inch Q900A versus Q800A. 85-inch Q900A comes in at $9,000, and the Q800A comes in at $6,500. So there you have it, the price for the Samsung Neo QLED TVs. Mini LED technology is out and ready for you to go and grab it. Any of these TVs speak to you? Are you planning on getting any of these mini LED TVs from Samsung? Let me know in the comment section. That's it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And I want to thank you very much for watching. And if you subscribed, I want to thank you very much for having subscribed to the channel. It really, really helps. Thank you.